Hello, and welcome to creatingforgrace.com. Today we're going to make this Hey Chick. It is a pop and twist card, and so your center is going to open up just like this. It's actually really easy to do. I've pre-done a lot of things for the video, but I want to show you all of the basic things. So I'm going to set this aside. The first thing you are going to start with is an 8.5 by 10 3/4 inch piece of paper. So if you turn it with the short side, the 8.5 inches going along this direction, you're going to score it at 2 1/4 inch all the way down, 4 1/4 inch all the way down, and 6 1/4 inch all the way down. You're going to turn that one turn, and then you're going to score at 3 7/8 all the way down, 5 3/8 all the way down, and 6 7/8 all the way down. These four corners I've already taken out just for the magic of video. So basically you can use paper snips, cut along those score lines, or I used my paper trimmer and cut along those score lines. So that makes that very easy to do. And then just save the pieces that you cut off, because you can use them for a sentiment or something in the future. So the next thing is Stampin' Up bone folder. Where this line here and this line here cross, it makes a center point right here. And what you're going to want to do is keep that center point, and you're going to want to fold this over. There's a score line right here and a score line right here. What you want to do is match up those two score lines while you're preserving that center point. And so it's going to be just about there. And a little bit further. Right there. And then we're going to use that folder to crease right there. You want to make that very crisp. You're going to do the same thing going the other direction, still preserving that center point right there. I'm going to fold that right over till those score lines meet. And just like that. So basically, as soon as you start kind of putting some pressure on these two, you're going to be able to have them come together in that point right there. And if you match up the lines and you use your folder and then flip it over, and you're going to use your folder again. And so this is the mechanics of the inside of the card, like that. So the next thing that I did, and I like to do this because it gets rid of some of the bulk on the inside, and also it allows me to use a thinner strip of paper, so I can make that, and I'll show you that next. I probably go about 1/2 inch in and cut from corner to corner, just like that. Then I'm going to go to the other side and cut corner to corner. I'm going to do the same thing on this one. And the same thing on this one. And to get rid of those. So this is what you're going to end up with, and this is the part that's going to go inside for your pop and fold card. This is this white base on the inside. So you can see we have designer series paper here, and I'm going to show you how to cut that really easy. So we're going to take this, we're going to line it up with the bottom of the paper right here. And then we're going to take a pencil, which I have lost. Oh, here it is. And we're going to mark along both of those edges. And we're going to take your paper snips, and you're going to cut just inside that line. And again, going down the other direction, just inside that line. So the trick to this is you want it to set right inside there, and especially if you have decorative paper, you want them going in the same direction. So when you cut this paper, you are going to want that going this way. So your cut is going to be turned around the opposite direction right here. And then all I'm going to do is take those paper snips, and we are going to cut right along the guide we made from the other one. And just like that. And that allows us to put that inside both of those. And then that will line up perfectly inside of there, and that will cover that up and fold just like that. So I'm going to set that aside. This is the center strip that pops up in your card. So if we have this twist and pop card here, this is the front. We're using the Hey Chick stamp set, and this is going to pop up. This is actually cut at 2 3/4 inches by 11 inches, and it is scored at 2 3/4, 5 1/2, and then your next score is at 8 1/4 inches right there. So, and that's going to allow that to set in. I've already done all of the stamping and coloring. We have our new watercolor pencils from Stampin' Up, which I absolutely love. I chose to use the Daffodil Delight, the Pumpkin Pie, and the Real Red for my chicks. And then on the grays, I actually used my blender pen from Stampin' Up, and I did the inside of the ink pad technique here. If you just squeeze a little bit on your ink pad, you open up the lid, you can pick up that gray ink, and I thought he looked really cute for the gray chick there. So there is a trick to doing the inside of this, and I'm going to show you what that is. So this is the piece that we just created with the pop and fold inside. So a lot of the tutorials show you lining up this score line with this center score line here. If you flip this over, you can add adhesive on this side, and same thing with this side. If you add adhesive on the top of one side, you're going to add it to the bottom of the other side. And that's what allows this to twist and fold like that. What I found, though, is when you do that, you end up with a portion that sticks out, so that when you put it inside your card base, like this, it sticks out. Is it okay? Will it fit in your envelope? Absolutely. That's my understanding. I found that I wanted to do something a little different. So the easy way I found was to set it up just like you would, like this, let it close in on itself. And then I'm going to show you taking a pencil. I evened this up going from right to left, here to here, and gave it about 1/8 of an inch space on the inside. And then I just took my pencil line and I drew a line right here, and then added some sticky strip. So I'm going to pull off that sticky strip right there, and then I'm just going to close that down. And then I'm going to flip the card over, and I'm going to show you again, making sure it's even side to side and has that pushed back enough so that it's inside. And I drew a pencil line right there and added the sticky strip. So I'm going to take those off again. And then you can see this is the arm that's left, and so when I close that, it's going to be attached to the arms where it's supposed to be. So when we have it inside, I'm going to grab this again to show you how it would look like inside your card now. If you have it inside the base, it is going to pop and fold open, and it doesn't stick out the bottom of your card, which is exactly what we want. So next step is just adding adhesive along the outsides, right there. And then you're going to set it right inside and you don't want to have the point go above that score line, and you're trying to make it even on all 3 sides. And then add adhesive again. And we're just going to close this in on itself. And turn it this way. And you can see we have our pop and fold. We've done these from earlier, so those would be attached. I had a 3 3/4 inch by 3 1/2 inch white piece of cardstock that I used for the sentiment. We can attach that right there, and then letting this go ahead and close. For the very top, I kept it super simple. I wanted something that looked like chicken wire, so I did a little 2 by 2 square, and I did the crazy haired chicken on it. I used a 1 1/4 inch circle punch right here and kind of pulled that back. And to get this netting effect right here for the chicken wire, I actually used our brand new embossing folder. It is the hexagon right here. And then I took the Smoky Slate ink pad and very gently kind of rubbed it across the top. I also took a dauber in Smoky Slate and did one of these so that it would give this popped up area right here some definition. And we stamped the Hey Chick and then did it with black and used the stapler right here. And then we're just going to add adhesive. This black layer, we did 1/8 of an inch smaller than an A2 size card all the way around. So it is actually cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. And then the inside white layer before we embossed it is 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And that is our whole card. So, and then don't forget this one will go right inside here and line that up. So he will all be closed. And I always tell people don't forget to make your envelopes pretty. So we had the little Hey Chick, and I did a little bit of chicken wire looking right here, and that is actually from the Butterfly Basics stamp set, and this is the thing that looked like chicken wire to me. I also did it on the inside, and I'm not sure if it'll come through on the video, but on the ones with the sentiments right here, I added the chicken wire to those. And this is the stamp set that we used. It's the Hey Chick. It is in Bration catalog right now. You can get it free with any $50 purchase, any product. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. It is the Twist and Pop card, and happy creating!